welcome to a new episode of Gardeners of Earth, where I try to explore my work at the Botanic Garden, position I took up a few months ago to study biodiversity and the crisis that we're actually currently at. Of course, I also joined the garden because they had a lot of work on coffee. I mean, that was just, intriguing part for me as well. And I got to meet the coffee team, basically everybody working on coffee in the meanwhile. And through them, I learned about a European event relevant for coffee drinkers out there, which is the discussion on having deforestation-free coffee supply chains. Now, for my own project, it's basically important to study value chains in a sense too. So the project I work on is on safeguarding biodiversity, but also balancing that with policy needs or other needs that might be out there. So basically to be able to get the right balance between what we require as a society from the ecosystem we're living in or we're dealing with, and then also finding the way of maximizing the biodiversity that we can conserve, and doing that through hard data, let's say, or actual data, to have data-driven decisions. Luckily, the bells of glory seem to be subsiding now, so I hope voice recording will be okay. In any case, Europe has decided, beyond coffee in general, that what should come into Europe should no longer be a consequence of cutting away trees, forests in other parts. Now it's different when it's trees being grown to be cut down for wood. That's actually called agroforestry. So they're not concerning themselves with those kind of areas, but it's basically any place that was a natural forest 5 years ago, or in the last 5 years, you cannot ship products, agricultural products from there anymore. And so of course to do that they'll need to monitor all the land use, do that with satellite images, earth observations. This is also where it gets tricky because, again, agroforestry, it would have already looked like a forest 5 years ago, depending on the quality of your images. Agroforestry are usually, let's say, a bit more systematic than just a naturally growing forest. So with sufficient machine learning and things like this, you should be able to pick that up. And of course, coffee grows into trees as well. So again, it might be things that if you just do an image analysis blindly, you would mark those areas as having been forests 5 years ago and then decide on not allowing coffee coming from those kind of places to ship back to Europe. Of course, for coffee and other products like chocolates, it gets more complicated than that, even because a lot of the farmers, they earn little money on this, and there's a risk that increasing these requirements of proving the origin, the provenance, that those kind of costs will end up on their plate and not on ours as end consumers. Or that, just like we have with other areas, let's think energy, that you kind of just get a type of transition that Europeans might enjoy their cups of coffee thinking, well, no forest was killed for this, but that they just kind of move around the products to other areas that don't put these requirements in place. So this is a very important decision, and it needs to be made. There's no other choice. There will be this kind of issues as I've been talking about it, but we just have to do it one step at a time. And for coffee, it means increasing the transparency of the whole chain from those producers, and let's use this as an opportunity to make their lives better. There's a lot of actions ongoing to make lives better, and stepping away from commodity coffee, you as end user, just making a conscious decision. I won't just drink my coffee for a caffeine shot, but I want to enjoy it. I want to know where the beans are coming from, how they are handled, and by whom. That's all small steps that we can take to improve this whole value chain for coffee, and then also for other products. So, important step for Europe. It's not that Europe needs to then,
So in the whole,
provide guidance for the rest of the world, but apparently Europe is still
the coffee
the
sector is
biggest
something is
importer
meaningful.
of coffee worldwide.
It's
Before the United
Europe
States,
is still
should we
the
be
world's
proud of this?
largest coffee market.
Yeah, I guess why not? Now, we're all in this together. We all need to find ways of preserving nature around us, increasing biodiversity. That can be with small steps, like in my case, not maintaining my garden, and allowing any kind of plants to just jump up and get a bit of sunshine. Enjoy your sunshine and your coffees, and see you in the next one.